Hey, I'm Emily with the Wix Collective, and today I'm going to be sharing with you a step in the How to Create Your Wix Online Course series. And this step is all about how to add the Wix app of online programs, it's called in Wix, to your Wix website, and then just a few settings we need to tweak before moving on to the next step. So this is pretty simple, but I do want to tell you, if you don't have a Wix website set up yet and you're a little bit sketchy on how to do that, or you're a little unsure of your current site, there are a couple ways I can help you with that. One, I have a course on my website available called the Wix Roadmap. It'll take you through the whole setting up your basic Wix website. Two, if you want to schedule a consult call with me, I have those available on my website as well. And then three, I am toying around with the idea of launching like a support group, like a monthly support group. If you're interested in that, you can go to my site as well and sign up for a wait list so I can just kind of get an idea if that would be helpful for you. All right, let's go ahead and just jump right in. I'm going to share my screen with you. This is the dashboard. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in the editor. There's a couple different ways of adding apps to your website, but I'm just going to go through the editor because that's the way that I normally do it. So you can also add it through the dashboard, but we're just gonna do this way today. So here we have this is just my basic template. I also have this for sale on my website, but this is my basic template. If you want to add a new app, go over here to add apps. And then we're going to just type in online programs. Wix Online Programs. All right. And then it says it's already installed on here. If it's not, then you're just going to click install. So we're going to say open. Now, what this does is it is going to make you a couple new pages on your site for the Wix Programs online courses. So I'm going to hop over here and show you what I mean. If I go to my pages menu and click manage pages, you can see here that I have all my pages here in site menu, as well as a new page that has this little like icon next to it of the little 4 squares and 1 larger square. That means app pages. And you can see over here on the left that we've got these pre-loaded pages that come with the online course. We've got the program list page, we've got the program page, and we've got the payment page. Okay, so here on the program list page, going to exit out of that little pop-up here. You can see that it adds it to your menu here, and then also lists their sample programs so you can see what it looks like. Obviously, these aren't my programs. These are just the sample ones they're pulling for preview purposes. They're going to show all of your lists here, and then on the program page, it's going to show you if you would have selected one of those programs, this is the page that it would pop up. So it gives you like an about and a price and a share option. You can also, well, we'll get into this in a little bit about how you can really fine tune this page to show people the steps of the course, etc. I don't love, just a side note, I don't love to use this as like the sales page, but it'll do. So we're going to get into that later because I think that's probably one of the top most important things about using Wix Online Courses is knowing how to create your own sales funnels, because it's not like Kajabi where they give you a sales funnel structure. So I'm going to teach you how to do that in this course. So please stay tuned. Next is the payment page. This is just what it looks like when your customer checks out. Okay. I am going to take you through now in this video how to adjust these pages. So we're going to go over to program list first. You're just going to start very basic. Now, I'm going to click manage pages. And what I always do first is I want to be able to publish this site, but I don't want to have this in my menu bar right away, right? Like I don't want people to go here and see how to start your business or like learning Japanese. Like that's not what I want them to see. So I'm going to click these 3 dots right here. That's not what I'm going to do. I'm in the wrong spot. I'm going to go to site menu, obviously. I don't know what I was thinking there. Scroll down to program list. Hit those 3 buttons and click hide. So now it's not showing up on my website. It's behind the scenes, but it's not showing up, okay? Go back to program pages. Now, before we jump into editing the actual like design part of this, click these 3 buttons here, and I'm going to click on edit settings. Now, this is really important because a lot of people don't want their online programs to be called program list, program page. So right here, if you want to change this to course list or online courses, all online courses, or maybe course library, that is what you want to do. Now I'm going to hop over here to SEO basics as well. And see here, it changed the URL slug to /course library. That is important because we don't want it to say programs, or I had a client who I was building a website for and hers says challenges, and we didn't want it to say challenges. It sounds too challenging, right? So let's go ahead and change that. We're going to come back to SEO later, but I wanted to show you that first. Let's hit program page, click edit settings, rename the page to course overview. It's up to you. And payment page, you can leave the same. Awesome. All right. So that is how you adjust those. Let's go ahead and talk about how to edit this page in the editor, make it look how you want it to look. So in this particular template, I have a site theme set up. If you don't know what that is, check out my online course, or I think I have a video on it actually in my YouTube for free. But I have a site theme that has fonts, colors, everything is set. So then when I pop in this new app, see how the fonts here match the fonts here, the fonts here match the fonts here. That is intentional. That is Wix being awesome. As long as you have your ducks in a row, this is going to look really good to start out with, and it just takes minor tweaking. I have done in the past where I don't have a good site theme, and then I have to go in and I have to adjust all of the little details, and it's annoying, and it's all because I didn't do it correctly in the first place, okay? Learn more about that with the video. You can also purchase this template if you want, and I have it very easy to show you where you can just adjust that site theme as you want. Okay, but we're going to click here. We're going to select settings, not manage programs. We're going to get into that later. Oh, what? No, I want to do settings, not manage programs. Why does that want me to do that? I want to edit the settings. Maybe you have to, I'm learning new things, okay? This changes on me too, so I'm not all-knowing Wix machine. I guess you have to add your first course before you can change the design. That seems a little lame, doesn't it? Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and click Start Fresh. I'm going to take you through this later, but go ahead and click Start Fresh and just do Test Course 1. If they're going to require this before designing the page, then we're just going to have to play their game, okay? So let's click Self-Paced, Unlimited. It doesn't matter what you choose, okay? And I'm just going to leave it at that. You don't have to click Publish. You can just click out of it. It's going to save it. We're going to get more into building your course later. Settings. Okay, that is annoying, but I'm really glad that I'm doing this video with you so that we can find this out together, I guess, okay? So let's go ahead and work on these settings. If you're new to Wix, this is going to be like kind of a lot, but if you're accustomed to Wix, which I think you probably are if you're adding an online course, you're going to be fine at this. So here we've got programs, add a program, layout. We want to go layout, display, text, design. That's what we're looking for. So here you can change your layout of your courses side by side. And then you can adjust all of your settings here if you want them to be exactly the same, or, you know, rotate between the layouts. You can fit your images to size here. Let's go down to customize image. You can change your image positions. You can change your image padding so that it's kind of smaller and framed there. Change your corner radius. Let me scoot this up a little bit so you can actually see what I'm doing here. Corner radius, so rounded corners. Not necessarily what I'd want for this particular layout, but it's there. All right. I particularly like the grid layout so people can see all of the options at once, or at least a majority of them, so they can pick and choose what they want, and it's not filling up their entire screen at once, right? Okay, we've got display. What do you want to display on this page? Image, duration, participants, price. If you're just starting out in the online course world and you're not sure how many people are going to sign up for your course, I would recommend taking off the participants label for sure, because you don't want someone to show up and be like, oh, there's one person in this course. Like, this might be lame, because we all know that it takes time to build, a substantial audience, people who are going to purchase your course. Text, change your list title here. See how it says programs? You can change that to all courses, or maybe you want to change it to course library, or you can leave it empty. It's totally fine. If you want it to say join or more info, if the person is logged in, you're going to want them to view the course. Request pending completed. Those are all, just make your way through what you want. Also, just a note, some of the stuff you're not going to know what you want until after you have everything else done. But I want you to know where this is so you don't freak out, because a lot of people, they start building their course and they see this page and they're like, oh, it looks terrible. Well, this is why. Don't freak out. We're going to come back. We're going to spend some more time here. This is just a little overview. Again, we've got designs, backgrounds, and dividers, text styles, button badges, categories. So make your way through that, okay? I like how this is because my site theme worked. You might not. I'm going to go over here to manage pages and select course overview and layout. Now there's a few different kinds of layout options here. We've got the classic, which I guess gives you the title and the little bit of description here, or we have it like this. So it has like the image here and then the side by side. So it gives more image or more content above the fold. I kind of tend to go more towards that instead of the classic, because this takes extra scrolling motion and we all know that we're lazy, and okay, it's fine. We're all just lazy. We don't want to scroll. So here we can choose side by side. You can also select your image to be on either side. Okay. And then if you want your header alignment text, sorry, I keep popping this all over the place because it gets in the way. If you want it centered, right or left justified, I like centered, okay? And then you can also customize your image cropping. That might be something you want to do. But just know that whatever adjustments you make on this course will also impact all future courses. So this is basically like a template, like a master page edit. So whatever you do here is going to impact all the rest of the courses. So keep in mind when we get further down in the series, when we're creating these images, that you're going to want to make sure it fits there and that the subject is viewable. Okay, we've got the body down here. You can select your justification, and yeah, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Here we've got the sidebar here on the right. The sidebar, we're going to probably add some things to that in the upcoming steps. Okay, sorry, I got distracted there. We're going to add something to the sidebar here. It'll have more information. So we're going to go over here to sections. All right, so here in sections, we can select each section of information and hit this blue arrow, change your title, show title, don't show title. Again, when we get more into the course build, this might become more applicable, but I just want to show you where it is. And then if you want to move some information over to this sidebar, what we would do is we would click the little button there on the right. Do you see that? It's a little arrow. And select move to sidebar. Back. Now I also want to move the instructor over to sidebar. And possibly the share over to sidebar. Now I want you to take note that there's no information for instructor group discussion yet. So that's not going to show up until we have some information there. But again, I think it's really important to have as much information in view at one time instead of just requiring them to scroll all the way down. So the sidebar is very useful for that. Display, we need, okay, let's see here. Sections, layout. I'm going to come back and we're going to talk about participant view, so just stay tuned. here in this video, not another video. We're gonna talk about that here soon. So here we've got the visitor display. You can see the image, duration, how many steps, how many participants, if there's any rewards, and the join button, if you want the join button to show up there in the header. And okay, this is really important. If you are not using the Wix Spaces app or you don't have the Wix branded app, turn off join via the app. So important. You're going to confuse so many people if you don't have an app, you know? Okay, please don't do that. Turn on content overview if you're interested. Here we've got the overview of the content. It would show steps, the modules and steps if we have that listed in here. We're going to come back at the end of this and then videos and we build this class. We're going to come back and check it out. You can enable social sharing or turn off, and you can turn off showing the price section for free programs. Okay. Design, again, you know how to do this. If you don't, check out my Wix roadmap course, but it's going to show you how to design all of these features, change the sidebar color, whatever you want to do. And also the text. Up here at the top would be join. And then when they complete a step, I don't know why this is here, to be honest. It should be on the next page, like the actual program page. But when they complete step button, do you want it to say complete step or do you want it to say next step? Up to you. Again, you're going to probably want to know this later on. So just remember this. This is where you find it. I'll tell you again about it again as we move on through the series, but just remember that that is here. Okay, we're going to move on to the participant view. So this is like the visitor view. If someone is wanting to purchase your course, this is what they'll see. We're going to go up here to layout and click participant. So here is what it's going to look like. This part always makes me so excited because it's like, oh, this is like what it's really going to be like. This is what it looks like to the person who is participating in your course. So here we've got the title, overview, modules. These are listed as dates right now. The modules, they're called sections in Wix. I like the word module. I think it's cool, but they're called sections. And these below them are called steps. So when there is a little, what is that, like do not enter sign, that means that you have to either wait for that step to be released or you have to complete the step prior to. You can set all those settings up in further videos. I'm going to show you how to do that. Some people want all steps at once, like just released. Like you can go to any step you want to. You don't have to do them in sequential order. I mean, they still have a sequence, but you don't have to complete step 1 to get to step 2. Or they have to be released on a certain day. So there's so many options there. Don't get confused now. Just know that's what that means. So here we've got the option to adjust the sidebar. Do we want it to be 30%, 25%, 21%? I think 25 to 30 is really a good amount. 30 is great, especially if you have longer titles, okay? Space between sections. You can add, oh wow, that's cool. And kind of weird, like I don't know why you'd want to do that. So I'm just gonna zip it all the way over here because I don't know why you'd want more space. I guess if you increased your sidebar, no, and then increase the space between sections, it just leaves you a gap. Seems weird to me. Let me know in the comments if you find it helpful, please, because I don't want to be small-minded here. Let me know how that would be helpful. We also can adjust your text alignment to be, right, just aligned. I don't know why I don't want to do that either. It doesn't make sense in my brain, but let me know if I'm crazy. And then the side padding would just give you more padding over here, okay? So if we did no side padding, that's a little bit tight. I don't remember what it was. I think it was 25. That seems about right. Maybe 20. That's nice too. Space between the steps. So that would make your steps just a little bit chunkier. Or you can make them shorter. Obviously, it's the body. We want to have some padding here. If you want to adjust that, you can do that there in the space from the top. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't have done that. Participant. So yeah, that's the participant layout view. Now, I think if we come down here to display, we also have something for participant view to adjust. We can show them the steps right here, or we can take it off. We can show them the group if there is a group. I don't think there's a group on this one, or rewards. You can take those off. If you want them to see the overview, that would be over here on the left. You can take that off and it just starts with step 1. I love leaving the overview on, but it's up to you. And then enable social sharing. Now, this is kind of like, I don't know if you'd want to have this on or not. I say turn it off because you don't want people to be sharing things that, well, I guess if people have to purchase to get in, that would be okay. It's up to you. You have to just kind of know your audience and know your content. Is it going to be a distraction or is it going to be a helpful share? Just know that. All right, the only other thing I think we have is on design for participant. So here you can change the background and dividers, text style, and button. Okay, so that would be all the information you see here. You can change that as well. I would just recommend keeping it simple and keeping everything similar to each other so that it is classy looking and not like you used 100 different fonts. It's really confusing, okay? So that is how you adjust the program page. Let's also just check out really quick the payment page. This one's pretty simple and straightforward. There's not much on here to change. So we click here on the section where the app is putting this content and we click nothing. Okay, we have nothing to edit here, but it should read your site theme perfectly so that everything remains streamlined and the same design. All right. Thank you so much. I am so excited to get this video series kicked off. And if you have any questions, again, leave them in the comments below. But I do want to, again, reiterate, if you're interested in possibly having like a Wix support group, let me know if you're interested. I would love to know if there's a need for that. What I'm thinking is having a group of however many people are interested and then doing like a live Q&A call, maybe once a week, maybe twice a month. I don't know. Is this something that interests you? Again, I'll have a link here in the video description below if you want to sign up for that wait list, or just let me know if you're interested. That would be awesome. And then again, I would love to help you one-on-one. I don't have a ton of, at the time of the recording of this video, things may have changed in the future, but I have a small child. And so my days are very limited that I get to do consult calls, and also, you know, I can't shoot video unless it's nap time. So I would love to do a consult call with you. I have those available on my site. And let's see what else. Yeah, I mentioned that I had the Wix Roadmap course that might be helpful to you. And I also am up for just building your course. So hit me up on my website, comment below, whatever. I'd like to hear from you. I hope this is helpful, and I hope this series brings you great success in building your Wix online course.